Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Episode 21 of Cyrus Says was released on June 30th, 2015.
Just to remind everybody that language usage and content that we provide here may be disturbing, disgusting, probably will be and should be. Words like bloody custard and words that rhyme with that may be featured. Actually will be featured. In fact, perhaps will only be featured. Just warning you.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Okay, I don't understand one thing about us Indians. Well, actually, I don't understand everything about us Indians. But the one main objection I have during monsoon is I'm driving early morning and I look around. It's pouring rain. And I see people on bikes wearing no rainwear. Alright? They're just completely sloshed with the rain. The water's all over their bodies. They're going to work, smelling disgusting. And I'm asking myself one question. You know it's raining. You know you're in the rainy season. Why don't you carry your rainwear with you when you're on a two-wheeler? What are you trying to do? And then they act like victims and behave even more aggressively. My war against two-wheelers continues. It is a war that will be fought till the very end. And I find that culturally the two-wheeler person has no etiquette and no understanding of what's happening around them and must be punished. So if you're on a two-wheeler and if it's raining and if you don't have a raincoat, don't look at me when my car goes behind you and splashes lots of water on your stupid face. It's called Cyrus Says. Peace and love to everyone.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Controversy-ridden show on Cyrus Says. We have rains in Mumbai with no hope of survival. We've got ballroom dancing, which is all you can do during the rains. We've also got MTNL causing a little trouble with us. We have to sort that out. And a new champion from India. His name is Satnam Singh, who's going to take over the NBA in the next 15 to 20 years, maybe 30. Alright, it's called Cyrus Says and we have a very interesting guest here today. Of course, we have the beautiful Chavi. I hope I've said it correctly this time.
Hello, yes you did.
And she's wearing now an outfit which scares me. It's early ISIS as far as I can see. It's this black hood over this very strange Sherwani-like thing.
So black dupatta and a kurta
You
is
can
white,
tell that
black
I'm
and red.
aesthetically challenged and don't understand clothes. I belong to the Mowgli School of Art where we just put a towel around the waist. Come to my house on the weekend.
No.
Now my wife, my mother and my kids are in America. You just come to my house anytime. My father wears a lungi with a sadra which is torn all over and I wear a towel with nothing on top. So if anybody rings the bell and they happen to be female, they very often just faint immediately and fall down the steps. Okay? Because my dad opens the door, scratches himself and says, "Kaun hai?" Very sweetly, you know. But then why should he? Why should he wear anything? It's his house. I believe that you should at least have one place of freedom. Now, that's what I would tell all the bikers out there. Go and behave like this in your house. You know? Drive up and down inside your hall. Go up, break all the laws you want to. I have no problem with that. Let's not waste time. Let's meet the man himself. We have a living legend with us. A hugely popular face. A man who invented ballroom dancing. That's ballroom singular, not balls room. I went to the north once and someone told me, "Sir, Cyrus, maine suna ki you do balls room." And I said, "No, it's not the same thing. It's ballroom dancing." Anirudh, please say hi to everybody.
Hi everyone.
Anirudh, your name is Anirudh Pathak, which tells me that you are obviously related or the son of the famous Ratna Pathak Shah, the actress.
I wish I was.
How mean? What about your own mother? How can you say that? If you aren't, you should say, "No, I'm not." If she's listening, she'll be astounded. That's a mean thing to say, Chavi.
I think that's
I think that's not nice. No, we're just pulling your leg out. Anirudh, just get you used to this whole place. Sadly, because ours is an audio medium, when we bring performers who are basically aesthetic performers, who you look at, visualize and enjoy, we can't tell them how good you are.
Oh,
but could you, for what it's worth, even though the medium defeats us, dance for 30 seconds?
Oh wow, that's
He actually
awesome.
thought about it. Thought about it for a second. That makes a lot of sense. Where are your shoes? You're wearing Keds. You look like a jogger.
Yeah, I can dance in these too. Jive, at least I can do.
You can do jive at least. Or let's discuss your journey. But first, Anirudh, apparently you have a full-time job.
Yeah, I have a full-time
What do
job.
you do?
I'm a finance professional, so I do mergers and acquisition and stuff to high-fund stuff.
You know, women love that kind of talk. I mean, you go on a date, you just tell them what you do and that girl will go home with you. I tell you immediately. I feel like going home. What are you saying? Don't tell us about mergers and acquisitions. I have 4 people listening. I need them to stay. Alright, so you're in the finance business, which is good enough for me. And I've just got a sound on my phone and Chavi is making a very, very distorted face, which is scaring me.
You're breaking the rules.
I will quickly shut it. Don't you worry. I know how to do this as you get back to Anirudh and his dancing career. So you're from this corporate line. You're in the finance business. You're obviously doing very well. How did you get into balls room dancing?
Like everyone, you do...
Like everyone. I know 2 people who dance. Nobody else does ballroom.
So much stress at work, you need to take it out somewhere.
Right. And you can't beat the wife. That's against the law.
Yeah, so you go and beat other people's wife.
No, you can't beat other people's wives, Anirudh. This is not even funny. What is he saying?
That's how you start. You start stamping on the foot while you start dancing, and slowly you learn how not to stop it.
Right. So come on, honestly, where did you get this? There has to be some influence. Let's face it, a guy from Mumbai in the finance sector. Where are you going to find ballroom dancing? Who influenced you?
I flipped through some ads in Bombay Times.
But what did you do before that? Were you like, what would you do to take out stress? Would you just go to the gym or play some sport or something? What were you doing?
Sit on internet and waste my time.
Oh, that's great fun, actually.
Did you watch dancing on the internet, or did you actually just...
Let me tell you, what you just said is what gives us people. So never knock that. This is what we need. Please, if you are one of those old Anirudh people, don't go to ballroom dancing, stay with us. All right. Go on. Tell us. So you were basically going through ads or something, and you saw a ballroom dancing ad?
Yeah, of Sandeep from Sandeep Saparkar. So I decided, okay, let's just check this out. I started with salsa.
But one second. Were you a dancer in school? Were you good at dancing? Did you like dancing?
Yeah, I used to dance. I used to do shows.
Oh, you used to do shows?
As in on normal society cultural shows. Building society culture.
So Mrs. Sharma would say, come beta, dance for me. My husband is in the shower. I'm asking. I don't know. How did it go?
That's what happens in society.
Our societies are terrible. That's why I live alone. I told you, and wear a towel when the bell rings. I'm in my towel. Bell
You're
rings.
ready.
My towel's off. Bell door shuts. That's it.
You're like, have you come for the society show? And then
Can you imagine? But I think it'd be great now if this really elderly lady opens the door. Anirudh walks in with his lovely bell bottoms and his shoes, and the lady says, no, her husband is not there. Come beta, show me. So go ahead. So you were a dancer, you had the talent. Did you like Hindi film dance? What we call the Bollywoodification, jazz dancing, astrophysics style of music. Farah Khan meets Himesh Reshammiya's auntie.
We try to Bollywoodize anything and everything Western, don't we? Like, you have a Bollywood hip-hop.
So who do you blame for that, Farah or Shamak? Believe me, they're both Parsi, so be careful. But there was this big influence, 80s and onwards, from disco onwards, so for this jazz, fusion, dancing style, which we can't really put a finger on.
They used to be, but now it's more pure, and which is what I like. Like, people are getting into knowing the pure style. People are getting teachers from abroad to teach us the pure style. People are learning the original Argentine tango from people from Argentina.
From original tangos.
Yeah.
All right. No, but when you were doing the Building Society dance, when Mrs. Sharma on the 6th floor called you up and you performed for her, what kind of style of dancing did you do? I mean, were you aping some item number?
Bollywood.
Khan did or what?
Whole world was doing
Bollywood. Were you early
Bollywood.
Helen? What were you in the beginning?
Bollywood. Everyone was doing Govinda.
Govinda, okay.
Yeah. He used to be an icon that time.
Really? And what do you
So
remember?
you copied his moves and stuff that...
Yeah.
Did you wear his yellow clothes, the tight pants as well?
Not allowed by parents, no.
I would think so. I don't know what his parents were doing. This is ridiculous, the kind of clothes that people wear. All right, so you were just doing the Bollywood style, then you got into the internet, you saw after surfing adult material for 4 years and getting bored with that, you moved on to Sandeep Saparkar's Dancing Academy.
Yeah.
And now you can tell us. So what did you do first?
I started with salsa.
Mm-hmm.
While I was doing salsa, I saw these people dancing Latin ballroom there, cha-cha and jive, and I found it more fast.
Cha-cha is a form of art, not your father's brother.
No.
Yeah, because in India it can get confusing. Even salsa sounds like a dish. Yeah. So you saw ballroom dancing and you were captivated. Just tell me a little bit about this whole, the man leads and it's a very aggressive form of dance and all that.
You look really hopeful.
No, because I have a friend called Rustam Modi who's a doctor about 2 days a week, and he actually trains in the same place, or whatever, what's the word? He learns dancing in the same place as Anirudh. And he's terrible. Because I've seen him dance after a few drinks at the club, and he's really bad. So I was just trying to figure out what exactly happens. Because when you see them on TV perform, they're fantastic. You know, the way they glide like swans, or as we say in Punjab, swans. You know, it's just a totally different thing. And I'm also quite fascinated. I'm just not good at dancing, and no woman lets me touch her, so I can't get a partner. And you can't dance with a mannequin. It looks really bad in public. Yeah, because if you take the mannequin home and then she doesn't leave, it's as bad as the first relationship. Now, back to you, Anirudh. You were telling us that you saw people dancing around you and you said, okay, let me try this.
Yeah. So, like Sandeep tells, the only place where a man can actually start leading a woman, where a man can instruct, this is what you have to do, this is the place, this is your chance. Go ahead, lead the woman. Woman has to follow.
Hold that thought. Let's ask Chavi for a second. Are you happy with this?
Makes sense. I of course tend to start to lead when I'm dancing.
You're a bully. Look at us here. I'm not going to talk. She puts a finger up. It's like early Third Reich. Suddenly the finger goes up and I have to follow the finger. I get very scared.
So that's the place where you have to go. You want to lead a woman, make her follow, you go to Latin ballroom dancing.
You're not sounding very convincing. Huh? I prefer a more softer version of leading a woman. Fair enough. So how do you get to the partners provided for you, or how does that work? And I don't mean...
Yeah, you get a partner in the class.
Okay, so you can't choose your own partner and that kind
You
of thing.
can. It depends on the teacher.
Are you married, Anirudh?
Yeah, I am married.
How many times?
Once.
Okay.
Is your wife a dancer?
Yeah, I met my wife in the dance class.
Really?
Yeah.
What was she doing?
She was also dancing.
Dancing, okay. No, my point is that it's very sexual dance, if you don't mind me saying. And there seems a lot of sexual chemistry and that kind of thing going on. Isn't it a little difficult to not get into relations and all that? If, day after day you dance together, steaming chemistry.
I just told you, I'm married.
But that's the first thing. Now you're dancing with somebody else.
Yeah, so...
Tell the truth. This is a place to tell the truth. Your wife's at home, making food for you, working hard, 12 hours a day, not sleeping at all.
It's as good as acting, like how you act.
Depends on what kind of play you're doing. I do children's play with animals and things, so I don't get that kind of feedback. But coming back to you again, so it is, isn't that, don't you feel things when you're dancing with a girl? Chavi, don't you think that...
You have to feel it. You have to feel it if you have to emote it on the dance floor,
Exactly.
Right?
So there's sexual chemistry is there.
Yeah,
They say about tango, it's the vertical expression of a horizontal desire.
It's the vertical expression of a horizontal desire, as my rickshawala told Chavi the other day. Because that's her philosopher. You get everything from him. So, so how do you deal with that?
You just dance. So what do you do? Like, you just emote. It helps you emote better.
It's not a sexual thing, Cyrus. I mean,
No.
you get high.
But for us
on
Indians,
it.
women don't even ever look at us, and we don't know how to deal with women. And then suddenly you're touching them and holding them and dancing around them and touching their hips and back and all that. And before you know, they're touching you. And lots of men can have heart attacks.
I think you're thinking about the advanced level dancers. When
No,
you go for
I've seen them dance. I'm not lying. There's a lot of touching. Too much touching. It's against our culture. At least in Western India.
What
it shouldn't
about
be
all
allowed.
these shows on the TV? Jhalak
They've started copying this kind of thing. It is worrisome for me. Yeah. We have a population problem already. And married people should not dance. It's very clear. It's very clear. We've learned something here. Okay. Anirudh, let's move a little bit away from this. So, tell us very quickly about what you plan to do with dancing. Are you going to do shows now as well?
Yeah,
or stay in the finance line?
I'm doing shows. This is one place where I actually help to, cut off from finance and actually focus on...
Are you going to do that?
Cut off as in just... Cut off
as in
for
take
the
a
day.
break.
Yeah, take a break.
But do you think you'll ever go into it full time?
I hope so.
Can you? Can you support yourself and dance?
Of course, both legs work. I saw him stand. Go on, Anirudh. Don't let us interrupt your flow. Talk like you dance. Flow like a swan, as we say in Haryana. Before of course, if it's a male swan, female swan, we shoot them.
It's actually slightly tough. In Mumbai, it's tough to survive.
Why Shamak Dawar lives in Canada? He has made so much money. Farah Khan, so much money. All choreographers are doing well. Bosco and Caesar, named like Bosco and Caesar means you should not be making any money. But still, come on, the guys are millionaires. I've seen cars they drive. Huh.
Yeah, but ballroom still has to get some traction within Mumbai. Yeah.
But
it's very if I talk about ballroom dancing, it's focused more in Mumbai and probably a little bit in Goa, thanks to the Catholic population which is there in Bombay as well as Goa.
Have a penny on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we take a break here, so you've gone from the boardroom to the ballroom, and what you're saying is you're possibly going to take this up as a profession.
Yeah,
if you could figure out the figures at some point, and I don't mean no double meaning on that either. All right. So give us a taste of your dancing just now, which we obviously can't see, so they don't know if you're lying. We'll take a break and then we'll come back. Lots more to talk about. Lots of things are happening, and we have to get into the meaty issues. All right. So here we leave you with Anirudh. This is called this form of dance that you're doing.
Latin ballroom.
That's just the big thing. This specific dance, which you two legs over your head, which you're doing right now. What's it called?
Sitting on a chair dance.
Sitting on a chair dance. We'll come back and talk some more. All right, we're with Anirudh Pathak, who of course is a dancer by love and desire, and unfortunately is forced to do finance. There's no point. Obviously, when it comes to a choice, you would do dance if that was the option. Do you think you feel many men feel unmanly doing dance? Before we go to our topics, would you like to just talk about that for a second? I remember lots of men don't like to dance. We go to parties. If you've gone to a party in Gurgaon, firstly there was only one woman, and secondly all the men just stand in a corner and look and drink and that's it, or comment or cough or dance amongst themselves, and it's without moving the feet much. So what is it with the Indian men and dancing? They feel it's unmanly. They feel they can't do it. They lack confidence.
I think they lack confidence. And even if you come to one of our classes, you will see that there are hardly 4-5 boys and like 16-17 girls.
I'm coming now. What time is the class? These are odds I can live with. 4-5 boys. Guys, please give us the address. Whoever's listening to our show will all follow. 4-5 boys, 16 girls. Chavi, not for you, huh? Waste of time.
Yeah, no, this happens to girls when you go for salsa classes or any sort
really?
of ballroom.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find partners.
The males are in a minority somewhere in India? Yeah. Wow, this is the state I want to live in. Let's call it ballroom state. I want to live in for the rest of my life.
Ballroom.
Everywhere I go, if it's IIT, too many men. If it's a factory, too many men. A conference, too many men. Airport, too many men. Everywhere, too many men. Anirudh, you lucky man. Now I've understood what you're doing. You don't really care about dancing. You just like the environment. Fair enough. Let's move on to rains in Mumbai. What a lovely time we're having here in June. Rains have come. Nothing has changed. Traffic comes to a standstill. Trains can't go past Andheri. My good friend who does our work here, our engineer, comes from Dhanu, and he's learned swimming. Just this week. He's learned how to swim, and he's doing very well. He's doing very...
Did you see how much coverage it got on the news outside of Bombay? How much rain Bombay got?
Correct, but that's just the sensationalizing that we have to do.
It was crazy.
Listen, I work at a news channel.
Yeah, I know.
And sometimes when there's a low news day, they just talk about the monsoon and show you old footage. You know? It's just amazing what we can do. But no, Anirudh, you're a Mumbaikar, born and bred?
Not born and bred. I came to Mumbai in 2006.
Okay.
From where?
I was...
Are we going to trace his geography?
I want to know if it rains that much where he's from.
Okay, where are you from? Where are you from?
Delhi.
You're from the Delhi. He's from the Delhi. Have you ever seen rain? No, they do have.
Yeah. They have andhis sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody goes out at night, so they only notice if it's raining in day. Let's get back to Mumbai. But 2006, so you've seen, 10, 12 monsoons and nothing? I mean, it's just amazing. I'll tell you my story. I see the roads. Chavi, do you see the roads?
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't. Where do you see the roads in monsoon?
There you go. Finally a joke. Thank you, Anirudh. You're ready now for dancing. You're ready for the 36th chamber of dancing. Yeah, so coming back to South Mumbai, let me talk about my area first. For the last 1 year, they've been doing the roads. Everywhere we go, we can't move the car. My producer Amit will understand this. You can't drive because the road's being done and it's being redone. But at the end of the day, the rains come and the roads are not improved. So what have they done? It's just hilarious
it's called
now.
Pole work. You know, when you just have a monkey.
Yeah.
It's that, there's this joke. So this man got a lamp and he rubbed it and a genie came out and he said, what do you want? He said, you know what? I want a monkey who can do anything for me. He said, okay, the only condition is you have to keep him busy all the time. So first he said, go get me this from this person, go do this, go do that. And then he started running out of things. So he said, okay, go to Africa and bring this thing. And the monkey kept him back. And finally, he couldn't think of what to do and the monkey would disappear if he didn't keep him busy. So he got him a pole and he said, okay, now climb up and climb down. When you reach down, go up. When you reach up, go down. I think the BMC is like
Who are you
that.
calling the monkey?
The BMC.
Oh my God, we don't have a legal team in place yet. But for me, it was real sense of humor. We're sitting there stuck in traffic. This is the same spot in Beach Candy, but they've been digging up and doing things for a year, up and down, and nothing has changed. The water's gone in. There's low level. We're all stuck. The drainage doesn't work. The drainage worked in the Indus Valley thousands of years ago perfectly. We've gone nowhere after that.
We've gone downhill.
We need to go back to the Indus Valley. It's just amazing. And I feel very funny because it's the finance center of India. So you think if you look at the finance center of Singapore, New York, Beijing, Paris, London, they'll be the most beautiful roads because efficiency and commerce are important. And that's a symbolic area. And our symbolic area is shambles.
It's a reflection of what it is.
And let me tell you, one of the very bad rains on the last weekend, I saw the worst side of Indian culture. Okay? Indian men with skinny calves out on Marine Drive, walking, jumping, dancing like animals. I mean, they were like dirty mosquitoes with the same legs. Let me tell you, I'm not lying. And I wanted to vomit. I just, what do you do when you see those kind of things? It's so unpretty. You're talking about ballroom dancing and, this man and this
thank
petite,
goodness
svelte
they don't
woman
wear
and-
shorts, right?
Sorry?
At least they don't wear shorts in ballroom dancing.
You are not allowed to.
No,
You're not allowed to, thank God.
But in ballroom dancing, it's the other extreme. It's a nice sense of aesthetic that you get. You see people who are good with their form and there's a vivaciousness, there's a vitality, there's a masculinity.
They could have skinny calves.
No, they could have skinny calves, but it won't hit you. You see, the whole thing is you enjoy the moment. Come to Marine Drive during rains, and you see Dinesh, Sailesh, and Jignesh standing there on getting wet. And what are they doing? They're pulling each other's shoulder, and they're trying to take selfies in pouring rain. And I'm wondering how many are going to die now because they're standing on the parapet waiting to fall on the rocks.
My favorite part is when they stand there and the sea actually throws things back at them that we've actually thrown in earlier.
Because the sea is trying to make a point. You suck. That's the point. You suck. Now the sea can't say anymore. No, really, it
Here,
just
take
gets my...
this chips packet in your face.
I just think Indians in public are a terrible thought. We must take them to ballroom dancing, train them so that aesthetically they are viewable, for us. Otherwise, if you take a mass of Indians anywhere, they just look terrible. Like a cricket stadium, if you see them cheering, it's the most disgusting sight. It's really scary. I don't know how
You can have a Aussie cricket ground and you can have a Mumbai Wankhede.
Why just look at the West Indians? They're wonderful. The rhythm, the steel bands are playing. They're singing beautifully. Sri Lanka's lovely, beautiful. Okay, Aussies, they've got their own little thing going. And then we look at our people, and I know why the batsmen wear helmets. They can't look at the crowd. They got to hide their eyes. They just put the helmet on and go, I can't see that. It's not about the bouncer. Nobody minds the bouncer. It's just the people.
I thought Tendulkar was trying to just wipe off his sweat or something.
But Tendulkar spends the whole time trying to play with different body parts. If you watch him before he actually bats, he touches this, he touches that, he touches this. So that's another story altogether. But yeah, the rains. I'm talking about the BMC. Oh, but now there's another side of that. Okay, Anirudh, please help us on this. We keep blaming the BMC and the authorities. What about us? Are we to blame as well? No, in the sense
of like the general us.
No, the things we throw in the gutters.
Which who we?
The plastic.
We don't.
Well, not you and me. We are blameless. Chavi, you know that. It says at the top of the show, we are blameless,
I feel
closest to
like we're
God.
preaching to the choir. The people who listen to us are also not the people who throw the chips packet out of the tray.
No. I can't. I need to know who these people are first. I can't
I've stopped
just
but they're
glorify
not
all
the
these
people who
listeners.
listen to our podcast.
No, but listen,
we
honestly.
Expect better from the people who
Do we have a civic sense, a civic consciousness? Do we help at all? Do we think about what's going to happen? Do we keep our roads clean? Come on. I don't want to sound like an NGO, but I am now one. And Anirudh, please butt in any time you want to.
75% of the people don't, so 25% have to bear what
I would say
other people
98% don't. Honestly.
Yeah.
And like you said before on one of the podcasts, doesn't matter if they drive a Lexus or a Maruti, they still spit out of the car. The plastic bags is just ridiculous.
Throw out lace packets.
The only thing missing is Maggie now. Maggie packets have gone, and that's sad because I miss that. And
do.
people like
yellow
us,
in the debris.
Yeah, yellow in the debris. It stands out, and you know the person is not willing to spend money. Cheap parents. Beta birthday, Maggie. You know, I mean, that's gone now forever. Not forever, but for some time. All right. So, best story in the rain, both of you. Anything that's happened so far? It's also the time of romance. Anirudh, the wife's not listening. Go ahead.
Dancing in the rain, singing in the rain.
Yeah, you can go dance.
Don't tell us what you can do. Tell us what you did. Big awkward pause.
Drive all the way to Lonavala. That's
In the rain.
yeah.
Actually, that's quite a nice thing to do.
But you can't see more than 3 feet ahead of you.
But you see beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah, you
on
can
the way.
see. You can actually see cloud on the.
Maybe you'll run over a
mountain.
few people. That is a good thought. Oh, I'm sorry. My whole thing is different from yours. What makes me happy is a little different, I guess. Yeah. So Lonavala, the good thing is that one time our Deccan soil starts looking nice and the green becomes a little luster and bright. You know, I remember the Oval, Azad Maidan. All these places start looking like well lit. You know, suddenly and pretty. But who has time to look at that? Who has time to stop and stare? Chavi, best story for you?
Oh,
You're on the throes of a budding romance, I hear, off camera. You laugh hilariously
I
in
love
my
the rain.
face.
So people who follow me on Twitter know me as the Barish girl because I absolutely
Barish? What does that
love
mean?
it. What does Barish mean?
Barish as in Hindi Barish. I thought BARRISH as in drinking. I was worried for a minute. She's the Barish girl. As in Barish.
Almost like a bar.
You're talking about the famous Anu Malik song, Dekho Barish ho rahi hai.
There are many
It's
rain
raining.
songs.
It's raining. It's raining. Both of you repeat with me.
No.
Dekho Barish ho rahi hai. It's raining.
It's raining.
Raining.
It's raining.
Raining.
It's raining. I don't know how to sing. Yeah. Anu Malik is a genius.
The other one is the Tip Tip Barish.
Oh, don't start me.
People send me this link like
Don't start. What we have done to monsoon songs is just not acceptable.
What is
in
your
any
favorite monsoon
No, please, no. Between
Rim
looking
Jim.
at us dance on the road and no, stop it.
No, I think there are some really nice
I think
ones.
that's why the monsoon's so heavy. They won't just wash us away. God is that enough. He just wash them all away. Enough is enough. All right. So nobody wants to tell me their favorite monsoon story, but
Were you here when the deluge happened, when the clouds...
I was in Chennai. And the funny part is it was raining in the morning when I took the flight, but just normal. And then in the night when I was taking the flight back, because we had gone to this tsunami thing with the
How
UN.
ironic.
No, they were MTV UN was following stuff. It's a long story. So we were going to these outside Chennai villages and all that and watching terrible stories there. And then we came back for the night flight with no knowledge of what happened. And then everything is cancelled and I had to reach the hotel and then I found out slowly how bad it was. Were you there? Tell us your story.
I wasn't here. But I know my parents, my mum and my brother went out and gave bottles of water and sandwiches to people stuck
But
in
isn't
buses.
that
and
sarcastic to
blue
give
problems.
water when there's water? I mean...
Oh, no, you can't drink that water. No,
Okay,
please
stop
don't
it.
drink
Don't answer
the
my
water.
stupid question. Anirudh, were you here when the deluge happened?
No, I wasn't here, but
So why are we discussing this? 3 of us were not here. What a waste of my time. We'll take a break and then we'll come back. I don't understand why you throw up a topic when nobody was here. I was in Chennai. You're in America. He's in Delhi. Who cares? Yes, we're with Anirudh Pathak, no less, one of our favorite dancers. Have you ever performed in a competition? You know?
we go for competitions. We go for national competitions.
Oh, and tell us how well you've done.
Yeah, so we won.
Who's
gold-
we?
We, as in me and my partner,
What's her name?
Raki.
Raki's your partner, my friend Raki from the Bombay Gym who plays badminton.
Yeah.
She's quite pretty, huh?
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, quite attractive partner. Let's not go into that direction. So coming back to the competitions, what have you won? Tell us. Look, nobody has a clue about ballroom dancing culture, so you have to explain it to us nicely, like we're 4-year-olds. Chavi, will you help him?
Sure.
Yeah.
Acting like you're a 4-year-old? No problem.
No, go ahead. 4 and 4 is 8.
There's supposed to be a dance sport federation in India which conducts a
Like the
national
PCCI,
competition.
is it?
It's still has to get there in terms of.
Is dance a sport?
Yeah, it is a dance sport.
competitive
Yeah,
sport.
It
It's
is
a competitive sport.
It's a competitive sport. This one is a competitive sport because You can actually see the international dancers. They are actually like athletes. They train hard. We Indians don't have time to do that. So
Well, they're
we still
professionals,
do-
right?
Yeah,
They're doing that
those guys
for a
are
living.
professionals. They
So
have
where
a
did you?
sport.
What is the competition? What do you do? Give us some idea. Come on.
So this national body actually organizes these competitions across India, but I still feel that the Maharashtra Dance Sport Federation, whatever they conduct, it's more competitive than the national one.
So what are the categories? What do you dance and how many?
So you
Is it like
have-
left-handed dance, right-handed dance? How does it work? Yeah, exactly. What is it?
So you have Latin categories. You have salsa, samba, rumba, cha-cha, jive. And
One question. So if you have only one leg, can you take part? I mean, like,
yeah, sure, you can.
no issues.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, and so all kinds
You could
of
do it on
There,
blades.
there are
I've seen it, that's
there
what
are
I'm asking
wheelchair participants
There
too
is wheelchair.
international.
And how do the points are given like in bodybuilding? The people just watch and aesthetically, or is there like is there a tangible way of giving
I
points?
have they have categories like how's your timing to music, how your expressions.
No, but these
and
are
how your-
intangible things. Well, do you have things like how many times you poke your partner with your finger?
No.
I'm thinking they should have things
Negative
like that. Don't you think?
markings.
But that they should. I mean that way as a.
if you
That's
fall
what I
and
said. There are
stuff.
negative markings if you bang into a couple and a negative marking.
What if you slap your partner because she was too close to your face?
Yeah, definitely negative marking.
What if she punches you in the groin?
I think you're out of the competition.
What if that's part of the dance?
You've fallen down and you're gasping and all that.
These are important questions nobody asks. When a federation is formed, ask the hard-hitting questions. Don't shy from them. All right, let's move away from dance and talk about my particular favorite dance, which is yoga. And I have to tell you, I have tried many asanas because we've shot this for various channels in my life. We've actually gone and shot people performing yoga. Don't ask me why. And I've had two terrible experiences. One was when they asked me to do some kind of... are you familiar with yoga, Chavi, at all? So which is the asana where your legs go behind your...
Halasan.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So you're on your back and your legs go flip back.
Chakrasana?
No, not Chakrasana.
Take your time. Kamala Hassan. I don't know.
Halasan, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right? And I got caught in such a way that my knees got stuck in my neck.
What?
And I wasn't able to come back down properly, and they had to pull my leg off and all because you have to tie your legs
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah.
And in the Bombay gym, once there was a yoga thing, and my wife was there, so I had to give her a key. So I went into the yoga room, and there was an elderly lady about 65 doing a similar pose. The one where the knees go into the stomach, though, and you're on your back. What is that called?
No idea.
It's a very famous.
Actually, it's a
Pavan
Muktasan.
Yeah. And she fired a salvo.
what it's for.
I know, but no one told me.
Not in a class, though.
Yeah,
No,
and-
why are they doing it in a class?
I don't know, but it was just like a loud, clear salvo, and oh my God, I got to tell you, I lost interest in yoga forever. Is this what you're going to do? I mean, this is not even funny. I don't know. But what do? You can't walk out of the class if you're in the class. It's disgusting.
No, but this when you go for yoga, this is definitely a negative. Is when people go into down dog, which is
down dog.
when you make it like a V out of your body, your arms and your hands are on the floor, your feet are on the floor. You're making a V shape.
These are educated people with jobs.
Yes.
What the hell are they doing?
And every time they change, like you're doing a Surya Namaskar, you transition from a down dog to a
Okay.
plank and then an up dog. And lots of Pavan Mukti happens. It's quite...
And this regular discharge of gas happens as well.
Yeah, and you're usually in a closed room. So in Boston, I used to go to something called O2 Yoga, where the whole point was like it's warmer, not like Bikram Yoga, but it was closed. So the entire insides of the glass would mist up. So nobody could see us, not because they had done anything to actually shield us from views, but because of our exhalations and other such things. The glass used to mist up.
Oh God.
The eye glass.
It was a collective performance, like a philharmonic. Who wants that? And you pay money to do that and be part of
It was
that.
actually quite funny, you like be sitting everybody in silence and then you hear this. But anyway, the first time I ever went to yoga class, I went with my Mausi to her health club, right? My Mausi is older than my mum. And I was by far the youngest person there. I brought the median age down like crazy. There were people there who were old and wizened and grey-haired. And I looked at them with all this confidence. I was 19 years old, right? I was like, I can take them on. Like 2 seconds later, they're like pretzels. Their head is wrapped
Yeah,
underneath
it's
their
amazing.
knee, and they're still sitting, not like you.
Yeah.
And one toe is near their ear, and
Yeah.
then their arm is twisted around. And
If you could do yoga at that level, I think you don't need friends. Because you can scratch yourself anywhere. You could use your leg to hold a glass. I mean, it's just lovely, the things that you could do. I would like that. But to reach that, you do this Pavan thing and go through the whole gas salvo thing, and I don't know. And then what do you turn around and say to your partner, my gas is as good as yours. Abhijit, let's talk about World Yoga Day. Did I call him Abhijit? I don't know why. His name is Anirudh. Anirudh,
he looked around, he was like, who's...
Yeah, he was checking this in Abhijit here, who's doing yoga in a funny pose, so we can't see him. No, International Yoga Day, too much hype? What's your call? Come on now, give us your observations as a normal person who's not politically affiliated to anything. Although you're carrying a Congress shirt, I can see. Go ahead.
Too much hype, yeah. I agree. Too much hype.
And what do you think? The world really took part and took it seriously, or the way we showed in our channels? International Yoga Day. India and Myanmar come together to do Pawan Mukt Asana. You think that really happens? You think there's a huge...
That would bring nations closer, isn't it?
Well, it's a good thought, but it's also caused so much controversy. Certain groups say, okay, don't force this down our throat. It's against this and against that. What do you feel about all this?
I feel yoga is good. Yoga is good for health. Just don't politicize it. You know,
and don't force it. Should it be a subject in school? And if so, which subject should we take out? I say Hindi.
Yeah.
Or Sanskrit. Let's take out Sanskrit.
We have a lesson in Bombay anyway for civics, right?
Right,
Moral
right.
science and civics.
Right.
Nobody pays
Moral
attention
science
anyway.
is a section class. And,
Yeah. So I think we could do yoga instead of those.
Yeah. Or you can do moral science and yoga together. Like moral science yoga. Because you do the positions while you listen to the lecture.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll actually penetrate and some people will learn things.
You don't use words like penetrate. It's scary. Now let's get back to Abhijit, who's not really Abhijit, whose name is Anirudh. This is going to go on for the next 20 years. World Yoga
Welcome to
Day.
my life.
Did you take part? You were supposed to go to your building terrace and perform at 7
No, I had
o'clock
my
in the morning.
dance class, so...
You had a dance class on Sunday morning at 7?
No, at 2 o'clock, but I wake up late on Sunday.
But there was Shaina NC organized
He
a
was
huge...
doing Shavasana, okay?
Okay, I don't want to hear more. But there was a huge... Marine Drive had this huge thing organized by the ruling government where you could come and perform yoga in the pouring rain. None of you were part of that?
No, I did some Surya Namaskars at home, but I do them every day, not because it was
How many Surya
International
Namaskars
Yoga
can you
Day.
do?
I can't tell you because I'm embarrassed.
Why? No, come on.
Because I've been sick. And
You can do 6.
No, I've been sick and
Okay.
I can't really do any exercise.
But when you're at your fittest, how many Surya Namaskars do you
Many.
do? Like
Nowadays
over
I can
100?
do 3. Not over 100. Although I was invited to this thing on my birthday, so obviously I didn't go because I was planning to be hungover, not doing Surya Namaskars. So you could go and this thing was organized where you came, you did 100 Surya Namaskars, you signed something and you left. And loads of people signed up to do this for only God knows what reason.
All right.
No, I can't do 100.
These are people with very exciting social lives. 100 Surya Namaskars. So
Yeah,
pastime.
6:30 on a Sunday morning.
Okay. Let's move away from that to Narendra Modi wishing Rahul Gandhi happy birthday on Twitter. Your comments, Anirudh.
So good, BJP wishing Congress.
But
I wish they could work together and do something for the nation.
But you think he sent him a present? Oh, he did. He did the Lalit Modi scam. Sorry, he did that as well. We'll come back and talk about that in a second. We've got to discuss Lalit Modi. Apparently, you're a cricket buff as well.
Yeah.
And you follow cricket and you follow the politics of cricket. Now, there's more politics in cricket than cricket, so we need to get into that. Chavi herself is not that fond of the sport.
No.
No? Like, could you tell your Jack Hobbs from your Madan Lal?
I don't even know who they are.
I would think so. All right, so we'll take a break, then we'll come back, and we're going to talk about the politics of cricket. Okay, we're back, and now we want to talk about a very interesting subject. The news channels are going berserk over this poor Lalit Modi. And I'm going to say why. I'm going to say poor because I've studied the case, and there's no case against him. They're calling him a fugitive, talking about treason, anti-national. Where's all that? He started a product called the IPL. Now, corporate collective responsibility is involved in that. The BCCI and lots of other people, big influential people, some of them in politics, some of them in business, some build buildings, some urinate in public. All these people are involved. And he was part of that. And he alone has been now sent to London, so to speak, and is called a fugitive. The cases pending against them, which were brought up, most of them are either have been given one in his favor or have just disappeared. Okay? Even the FERA cases are not very, have been challenged by his lawyers, and he's on top of that as well. The only thing is that apparently there's some people who want to kill him, and he's got some murder threats, and so he's actually there out of fear of his life.
Right, and his lawyer is Sushma Swaraj's husband.
Now that's look. See, this is India. I'm saying
And that also works
nepotism, and influence, and all that is there. But are these really the biggest crimes?
Of course not.
Well, that's there anywhere in the world.
But do you think like Swachh Bharat is like the topmost thing that we should be doing? There are so many other things we should be fixing first.
Yeah, but coming back to let's give a chance to Anirudh because he's a person who plays in the IPL as well. Anirudh, what are your views on Lalit Modi thing? Do you think we're making too much out of it? There's this gentleman on one of the channels with glasses who screams and shouts, keeps showing papers, but we can't see what's on the paper. I have it here, 32, clause 32C. What's your, don't you think it's a bit of too much hype again?
I actually feel he has done quite good for cricket in general, like build IPL and give opportunities to youngsters. I think he has done a good job. I don't know why he is being pulled down.
And he's got a lovely hairstyle. And for a middle-aged man, he's got full hair, which I always respect. And it's black as coal, which is some miracle.
From a bottle.
Is it? We'll never know. But no, again, coming to the point is, are we persecuting this guy? It's completely politicized. All right? The opposition is going after them hammer and tongs.
Both the sides are involved, like BJP, Congress, people from both the sides.
I think all political parties are involved. All kinds of people may have been colouring their money here or cleaning their money, as they say, in the IPL. He may have knowledge of lots of these things. There are definitely death threats against him. But what has he done actually wrong? What are the cases that we can fix him on? Tell me. When you say he's a criminal and a fugitive and anti-national and treason and words like that, what are you talking about? Tell me what he's done.
I'm actually talking about Vasundhara Raje and Sushma Swaraj.
Helping him along in their capacity, fair enough, but what is the treason involved?
I don't know.
What is the anti-national activity? What has he done that's so bad? On the one hand, he's giving you this model called the IPL, generating a lot of commerce in business. And on the other hand, you're going after him. I think I've won this case. You two are silent. You might as well start dancing.
You convinced us. We've come onto your side.
Yeah,
now.
like I agree with you.
My God, what a weak opposition. I hate you guys. Never come here again. All right.
You're preaching to the choir.
Okay, fair enough. So no one's interested in Lalit Modi, but I'll just ask you quickly, since you are a cricket lover, not a very good performance against Bangladesh. We've come to a point where we actually started losing to Bangladesh now. Our first one-day series, and they have a guy called Mustafa Fizur. If you saw any of the matches, he's not Wasim Akram. Basically just bowls a ball that goes away from the right-hander. And,
slow. Bowls it slow.
Mixes it up.
Bowls it slow and got 10 wickets using the same ball, and we couldn't still figure out from the first match to the second match that he's bowling slow. So bloody he's bowling slow. Just go and watch in the video. He's bowling slow.
And if Rohit Sharma watches his own video, he's got out almost to the exact same delivery every time, trying to play ridiculous shots. And this is a man who's got 2 double centuries without blinking in one-day cricket. So he's favourite, by the way.
He's Mr. Talented Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, he's like the Carl Hooper of India. The way smooth, poetic way he plays. He bats like a left-hander. Chavi was telling me off camera again. What do you think about Rohit Sharma?
Me.
Go ahead. Finish the sentence. So anti-Rohit Sharma. He got married and his form has dipped. And they say that with sports, the moment you get married, things change completely. I think you get better or worse. Sorry?
Look at Raina. He also got married.
Yeah, he also got married. You're right. So we're onto something. Dhoni also. It's been downhill from the marriage. Yeah. The only one who did well is Sachin for some reason. He got married and just kept getting better and better.
He got married too early.
So the secret is get married as early as you can. Chavi?
Yeah. No.
Don't miss the bus. Move fast. Move fast.
I already missed the bus.
Okay, now listen. I want to talk about my most... You already missed the bus?
Yeah, I'm really old now. No?
Don't be silly. You're not a day over 21. Now, shall we move on to my most important topic of the day, which is cheating in professional sports, something I'm very proud of. All right, we're talking about Lalit Modi and the IPL scandal and things like that. But let me tell you a little bit about US baseball, because it's a sport I followed as a young child. The St. Louis Cardinals actually, well, they hacked the player research of the Houston Astros. So basically, some of their guys defected from their team to the other team, and they didn't change their passwords. So the guys from the original squad from the St. Louis Cardinals could hack into having known the passwords, could hack into the Houston Astros sort of websites and figure out strategy and what's happening and what clothes they're wearing and if they wash their underwear before the game.
Who's joining in the
who's joining, not joining in the roster, all that. It's a sort of cheating, but this internet has changed the game altogether, right? Because internet now is sort of everything. All the information is there, strategy is there,
data.
So it's good enough. If you can just get into the internet, you basically expose any corporate, any body whatsoever. There's another one. US NFL Tom Brady, who's considered the greatest quarterback of all time. A personal friend of mine takes my calls.
Tom? He's very cute.
Yeah, I call him Tim. And he's a really sweet guy. He's short for a footballer, because they're normally like 9 foot tall and 10,000 pounds. He's about 8 foot.
He's a little on the slimmer
he's
side.
Smaller. Yeah. Anyway, so there's this other scandal that's happening in America where they've during a live game, some of his teammates, because he likes the ball to be have less air, which helps his kicking skills or whatever. It's a little technical, even I don't understand. But frankly speaking,
yeah, you don't kick the football.
No, you can't let out air because you feel like it. It's not your little father's game in the gully. You can't do that. It's a sport. You can't just change things. You can't. This is very Indian again. I'm wondering what the hell's happening.
Don't they wait to the cricket balls? Like there's something going on there too, right?
No, that's reverse swing. All that. That's a long way away. Let's.
I used to watch Bodyline.
I'm trying to get people to. Bodyline is 19, 29, 30. Look where we are.
Right.
We Indians are not good at
Look
that. Indians are not good.
I'm trying to explain baseball to an audience which doesn't know what baseball is about. I couldn't even pronounce St. Louis properly or Louis. And I'm the expert.
NFL is football, darling.
I moved to that, but these are Americans have 4 sports, as you know. But they've got baseball, they've got basketball, they've got football, and they've got scandal. Okay, so I've got 3 only here, so I'm trying to do what I can. Anyway, again, coming back to this, now we've got the IPL thing, we've got our money issues and corruption issues, which of course is part of our DNA. In America, they've got cheating going on for years in many of their sports. Boxing had a terrible scandal. Baseball's 3rd or 4th scandal, including the steroid scandal before that, betting scandal before that.
Yeah, even cycling is not big.
Cycling, our great,
all sports.
unbelievable, really. But, I mean, everywhere. Wrestling, if you watch TNA wrestling, you know that there's a little bit of stuff happening on the side there as well. So what is this like a symbolic of the entire world now? That cheating is just the way it is?
Yeah, it is. As in, players are just getting more and more. They are finding out ways to, cheat.
So human beings are born to
ways.
cheat. That's what you're trying to say. There's no such thing as sporting spirit
I don't
or whatever.
agree.
We thought only the ones who get caught we know about. Because obviously this is going on. Athletics, steroids, and I mean, it's all over.
I don't think human beings are created, like we're not born cheating. But I think if there's an opportunity, then people are...
What are you saying? If you sleep with somebody else and have a child, it's born cheating. These things happen.
So all
I
Indians
think
are
a
not
better
born
definition of
cheating.
born cheating. Chavi, say sorry. Say sorry on the air because it's so
Sorry.
wrong. That is born cheating. That is the actual definition. Check the Webster or the Masters in Johnson, which is also in the Webster. Yeah, so let me just ask you about dancing. What kind of cheating do you guys do?
You can do something with the shoes, or you can just
Like
try
what?
and impress.
But is there any money involved? Because basically, if there's
you
no money,
do
why would you
something
cheat?
with the shoes, matlab what?
What would you do with the shoes?
Yeah.
You have us.
Just telephone
You have a
them
lot of
into something.
issues, it looks like. Go, tell us.
You had like Michael Jackson using special shoes for performance and stuff. And
What is a special shoe? Like a
yeah,
high
you,
heel?
you could like do a 45-degree or bend or something while you're on the
Oh,
stage.
they waited.
No, he was just standing and you would just go like this,
Oh, there were
45
special
degrees.
So it
shoes.
holds the legs.
Right.
Yeah.
He would go on his heels, right? Or on his
No,
toes,
no,
like on
One
point.
minute, let me get the visual. Michael Jackson bent over on the stage.
Yeah.
Okay, let's beat it.
No, he was on his toes doing what's in ballet called on point.
No, but so I don't understand. How do you cheat?
Maybe the shoes support his foot so
They
that
reverse
he
gravity,
doesn't
what?
have to, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought you have to use leather-soled shoes for the ballroom
Yeah,
dancing.
we do leather.
Has anybody ever cheated in ballroom dancing while you take part in competitions?
I haven't seen people cheat.
No, so far.
What about slipping the judge like a bottle of whiskey or something?
I haven't done that, so I don't know if people do it.
Who are the judges for ballroom dancing? Are they ballroom dancers or can I be a judge?
they are ballroom dancers.
Or is it Anu Malik, Farah Khan and that other fellow?
You have that
So
too
many.
in India. In India, we do get that combination too. People
So-
who are far
Are
away
you a
from-
national champion?
Oh, so they don't have any dance thing and then they'll come and judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're passing by and there's a red light. So they come in and they
Are you
do
a
the
dance
judging.
champion, he asked.
Are you a dance champion? Are you national champion, national level?
I have won one of the competitions
So
at
all
the
India?
national level. Yeah.
What was that competition called that you won?
All India Dance Sport Federation
And what were you
competition.
dancing?
I was dancing samba that time.
Nice.
And who's the partner for Samba?
She's moved on to US now.
My God, you really can't hold your girls. One got married, the other one moved to US. I hope Rocky stays.
Sorry. So, can you throw a competition in dancing?
You can tanking for sure.
Tank. Can
Is there
you do
money? Do you make any money when you win the competition? How much do they pay you?
I wish ballroom competition was that important to actually go ahead and tank.
No,
but
so
yeah, people
abroad,
do.
how much would you make if you don't make it here? If you win in America in a big
Prize
competition,
Yeah, they have good money there. Ballroom dancing is a expensive sport to actually pursue, and
why?
the money.
You just need a shirt.
And shoes.
No, the costumes are quite expensive, like 500-600 euros just for one costume.
Oh,
But do you have tailors and all in India? They make so much less.
No, but you have to dress like peacocks and all that. Some
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
things are very
lots of
strange.
twirly
I've seen them.
furly stuff,
Those
yeah.
boas and all that. So women actually sometimes even dance in heels. I've seen that.
They all dance.
They
in
all
heels.
dance. in
So how do they
heels.
manage?
Special shoes, yeah, they're weighted. That's what
Yeah.
he's trying to
But
tell
they
us.
twirl and everything and nothing. Nobody injures themselves ever.
No, it's the floor. Like there are special shoes.
Can
to
you do tap
actually-
dance?
I don't. I can't do.
My brother can.
I can.
Oh,
Very nice.
Huh?
Go, stop, you'll hurt
I can do
yourself.
Beethoven's fifth in tap dancing. See? Unbelievable. Okay, we're running out of topics, but there's one thing that we can discuss here, which is the first Indian player selected in the NBA draft, Satnam Singh. Your comments.
No. I want to know about you. You've done this Dancing with the Stars business.
Oh, I've done Jhalak Dikhla Ja, Hindi version.
And what was
Dancing
that?
with Stars. It was terrible because they make you, I'll tell you, the experience was right here next to Famous only because I was the only one in South Bombay. You may not believe this, but most of the TV people live in the burbs.
We
in the
all know
bogs,
that.
You know, where people shouldn't go. Well, at least not people like me. Anyway, so they live there and I told them 2 rules. You have to do it up to Parel. Otherwise, I'm not coming. So they found me a small little studio and all, thank God, Parel. And this lovely Irani girl came who spoke Hindi worse than me. So that was a real challenge because now when we talk to camera, I had to do the talking. And the embarrassing part of all that is they do one line at a time. So we were doing this, first song was Signal, Pyar Ka Signal. Do you remember that song?
remember that, yes.
Go and feel Latin feel to it. So it was a nice song. I think Remo was singing it. And so we do just one line. So, signal, pyar ka signal, and then just that would go on for half an hour. Then the second line, then both lines together, then the third line, then
was
3
your
lines
partner
together.
somebody who's ever danced before?
But she had to teach me. She was a choreographer.
Oh, your partner was teaching you.
Yeah. So,
and you're not a dancer, so
I'm not a
obviously-
dancer, so it was scary in the beginning. And so she would make me do this, and I would be like, can't we do the whole song? But of course, I couldn't remember more than one line, so it was right, the technique. But it's very boring, and if you're watching them dance and they're not good dancers, it's extremely boring. Because you're watching 2 steps, stop, play the tape again. 2 steps, stop, play the tape again. God, it's
How long
it's
was
worse
it?
than SEX, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
But how long was your actual song that you did dance?
No,
the whole
you
song?
used to sing the full song. I think they give a law of 2.5 minutes minimum and not more than 3 minutes or something.
And you do
Follow
only
that.
one song?
You cut paste the tape sometimes. Oh no, that's the first round. That was a choice, whatever choice you want. Then the next round they tell you the style. And I lost in the 4th or 5th round when they gave us what was it called? Rap.
What?
You know, rhythm and the rap music. So you're to
the
dance
music.
rap.
Music
Okay.
rap.
Not
Yeah.
the style of
And
dance.
I'm just not a rapper, as most Indians. I just don't get that rap thing. For me, a rap is something you pay for and eat later.
Right.
I mean, it's just wrong. Rap. So mine was more crap than rap, and Shamak Dawar gave me a 0.
Oh,
or before that, he
no.
was a nice Parsi judge who was showing his nepotism, giving me 10 for no reason. And then he was almost angry that I disrespected rap. I said, have you seen a Parsi rap? Have you ever? I mean, who does that? Have you seen Gary Loyal rap? Who? Zubin Mehta rap? Who raps? I've never seen a Parsi rap. It's wrong. So anyway, so after that we don't talk, because actually Jitendra was the other judge and Urmila was the other judge. They were very nice. They still appreciated the fact that I could smile while dancing. They're so sweet to you when you're bad, They find small things. You have a dimple. That's very good. But they can't talk about your legs. Indian legs all over the place. The left, right. Who knows? Who cares? And I don't have that mathematical mind when it comes to dancing. I think you need that clinical mind sometimes to do it with your mind. I can dance. I have nice. I can do things in a spontaneous, rhythmic way. But to remember, I'm always one beat behind them.
Sounds terrible. No,
Yeah, I know.
spontaneous.
It sounds terrible to me too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
considering
so
that it's all solo.
You dance samba and rumba.
It's
and-
my story. Let me finish my story.
Oh, I thought you were done, man.
Okay, fair enough. But I got to tell you, it's like going out of your comfort zone. See, he's the dancer all his life. I'm not. So when I first did it, the acceleration of people clapping and it being almost decent, and almost like passing an exam, and they're clapping because they sort of enjoyed it. Maybe on different levels because it was funny-ish and whatever. But they appreciated the effort. So it was a nice feeling. So the first 4 rounds went very well, and I met Mika, the love of my life, the singer. I'll never forget. He and I would be put in the danger zone together, and they put a light on you, and you're supposed to be very scared. And he and I would discuss women's body parts because we could see everybody, and they couldn't. We could see them in the dark, and they would. It was very highlighted for us, and yeah, but it was a fun experience. I wouldn't do it ever again for sure, but it was fun.
All right. And for you, who does the choreography?
We do it ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you have a teacher, right? At the moment, they have an Argentinian who's come down. He failed at football, took up dancing, and he's actually teaching them. His name is Tofik, and he's supposed to be very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I know.
you-
Tofik sounds wrong in Argentina, but maybe the pronunciation's a little
Maybe it's
different.
Moroccan Argentinian.
Yeah, something like that. Very rare. There are 2 of them in the whole damn continent. Yeah.
So what does he instruct you in? Like, what is your next competition and what styles are you going to do?
And does anybody ever say, show me your legs?
We end up showing our legs any which ways. But
Okay.
nobody wants to
This
see
is not a
men's,
conversation 2 men should have. on the
men's
podcast.
legs.
No.
But yeah, they do. Like I'm going to dance samba, rumba, cha-cha, jive for the upcoming competition. It's in September.
For the Winter Olympics. For what is competition? There's the national competition.
No, it's a Bombay-based competition. It will happen.
Okay, so how many hours do you have to train every day? How long is it?
I wish I could train for at least 4 or 5 hours, but I end up training 2 hours.
Every day.
Because of work.
Yeah.
And you have to go back home and all that. And you must be very tired at the end of it. How do you
Yeah, I wish Bombay traffic could allow us some more hours.
And
but,
you come from Chandivali. Where do you work?
Chandivali. I work in Worli.
Oh, that's not so bad. So you go from Worli to Chowpatty. Actually, in traffic, that's terrible.
Yeah, and then all the way back to
Then all
Chandivali.
the way back to Chandivali after dancing.
God, what a challenge.
I hope you don't
Have you
walk.
considered moving, like, south?
I wish I could.
Yeah, it's just a question of finance. He is in
Yeah.
finance, but it's also another question of finance. All right. Fair enough. Okay, I think we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we have the AMAs and maybe something else to discuss.
Cyrus says, ask me anything. If you want Cyrus to answer your questions on air, send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com. If you send us a link to a sound file on SoundCloud, we'll even play you asking the question in your own voice. And that's what Cyrus says.
Yes, and we've had a problem on this podcast. I think this is the 19th or 20th podcast. The thing is that I can't say your name properly, Chavi, no matter how I try. So finally her dad couldn't take it anymore. He brought his what's that famous Tiger Triumph bike out and drove all the way from Delhi, is it?
Delhi.
From Delhi to Mumbai in pouring rain to make sure that I learn how to say his daughter's name properly.
You've done
He's a
very
big,
well.
strong
Yes,
man.
yes.
Uncle, welcome to the show. What can we call you?
Praveen.
Praveen is much better. The uncle thing I hate. Considering I look
I'm
like
so
an uncle
much
myself.
happier when you call me Praveen. That's
Praveen
better.
is great.
Yeah.
Praveen is fine. Praveen, enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it even earlier. I've been seeing the podcast and it's great fun.
Really?
And
Thank you.
I had a question for you actually.
Go ahead.
How do you keep talking non-stop completely and I can't do it.
I was
mean,
not good
nobody-
at the sport when I was young, so I had no choice. And no one would sit next to me because I smell. So I just managed to keep talking, so I would create characters, so I have an
No
interesting
way.
life at the end of it. In fact, now I don't even remember what the lies are. I can't tell you what I've done or not done because I can't tell the truth from the lies growing up anymore.
Do you know what you've been talking today? I just go
I have
so
no
fast.
idea. I just keep going. I have a Genghis Khan philosophy. Just keep going forward. I think it's the best thing to do, especially if you're a criminal. Why look back? Well, but nice to have you. So let's ask you a couple of personal questions on Chavi before we go into our formal
me?
questions. We got your father. If you get my father here, you're going to ask him. Is it true Cyrus visits the bathroom 8 times in the
I want
morning?
to save it for the AMA. Both of you can have your fill of asking each
Okay,
other.
fair enough. We'll get into the 2 important topics, then we'll come back for our little free flow.
Go ahead, see your shows.
MTNL, Praveen, you got to understand this is a problem for us. MTNL is our service provider, and they are injecting ads in the browser. So what's happening is that ads are coming on our little Cyrus Says page. See, I don't have a problem with that, but normally the whole idea of advertising is that you pay and then you come on. And we're sort of not honouring that old contract. MTNLG, you're not honouring that old contract between, provider and person.
Just inserted themselves into our page.
Yes.
How did they manage to do that?
They're the service provider.
They are. It's like it's my cricket bat, so I'll bat first, even though it's my birthday and I'm trying to organize the party. So it's a bit. When you have those relatives who come from far away, some second cousin, and they stay for 3 months, and you can't do anything about them. It's a bit like that. So you're on the page. We love MTNL. It's my 4 favorite letters in the English language, MTNL. But little bit about this commerce involved. We talk about net neutrality. We're thinking this is going to be a bigger issue.
I think so. They've
Chavi?
hijacked us.
They've hijacked us.
Without giving us anything for
And
it.
please check
Here
out
we
our
are.
page.
We're begging people to advertise on the podcast.
Yeah.
These guys have just taken prime space.
Yes, but not in this.
Without paying a penny?
Without paying is not exactly what we had in mind. Also, they've started with this size ad. I'm a little worried that after a couple of weeks, there'll be MTNL and we'll just be a little ad in the middle. So I'm worried they're going to swallow us up. So if anyone from MTNL is listening, and apparently they aren't, please can you just talk to Amit Doshi, who's the producer of this entire, and who's invested money in this whole thing, if it's possible to perhaps come to some sort of arrangement between 2 parties so everybody's happy.
Yeah, or please ask them to take the ad off.
What we
It's
call
not
mandoli
working.
in Hindi.
You know, my own experience MTNL is I have an account with my bank when I open this
Praveen,
site.
please don't say anything very bad, because they will take us off then.
No, but it's a very bad experience I have every time. The moment the page opens of my bank and I want to do a transaction, one half of the page comes with MTNL ad, and there is a cross on top to delete it. You cannot delete MTNL.
Oh, it's like a bakra.
And you just
they put
cannot
the cross
get on
and
with
you
your
like a
business.
moron go ting, ting, ting and nothing. I love it, man. See,
So that's MTNL. That's how they.
But they're giving you a game. They help you pass
But
time.
that's not the game I
But
want.
imagine all over India, people are pressing and then they call up everybody and say something wrong with my computer. MTNL Zindabad. No, we love MTNL. We have to talk about this. Net neutrality, I thought it got too much mileage, and this has quietly entered the system and will just dominate the show.
Totally. We'll have to call it MTNL Says or something.
Yeah,
You might
we
be out of
need
a
to be
job.
more empty and less NL as far as we're concerned. Okay, we'll move from that story to a story that makes me very happy. Satnam Singh is an Indian, born and bred Indian, not one of those Canadian Indian boys, who's now been...
Incidentally, he'll be a little offended if you called him Satnam. He's Satnam Singh.
Oh, Satnam Singh. Is it a Punjabi? Is it?
Punjabi,
Oh, Satnam.
Khalsa.
Oh, theek hai ji. So I'll try it again. Satnam Singh has come and he's gone to the NBA. They have to swallow the N when they say it. NBA. NBA mein aa gaya. But a proud day and the change. Now this is what I like about India. This is the sort of globalization and India first and Achhe Din and all that one thinks of. When we go into sports where you never, perhaps Praveen in your time, you'd never expect to see an Indian playing basketball in the NBA.
Never ever.
There was this movie where you had these 2 baseball
baseball players,
players.
yeah.
Yeah, that
$1
was also a
million
good story.
arm,
Yeah, $1
right.
million.
But it's based on vaguely on a story where they came and they tried to find Because they thought in China and India there's so many people, we'll find one arm and we'll pay them 1/8 what we'll pay any of our guys. None of them will do steroids, drugs, drink, meet women. But they think we're of a different culture altogether, not realizing that all men are the same. Yeah, but I just think it's a lovely story. He's from a village somewhere deep in the Punjab and now he's going to be in the NBA. And maybe once he gets into the final 12, I'm told, and if and when that happens and actually makes a name for himself.
That'd be so cool.
Can you imagine Satnam would be like Michael Jordan all across hoardings in New York, LA, San Francisco. I mean, that would be fantastic.
Doing commercials for Nike.
Yeah, and getting paid correctly in white check money and everything, new experience altogether. When he turns to his browser and checks out his page, no one will be jumping in on it, because if they do, there'll be lawyers all over. Oh, what another world. And you left America to come where? Tell us your story, Chavi.
I came here
to
be with my mommy, daddy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is that true, Daddy? Daddy, is that true?
Not at
because
all.
of you, she left her. No. Now, let's clear up the family issue right now. She came back for her parents. How sweet. Typical Indian tale.
I've heard it for the first time today.
Yeah. She's in charge of fiction. Head of fiction on my podcast.
She's on the air, so she wants it to be
Say the correct thing.
Yeah, my mom's going to listen,
Is she?
Of course.
All right. No, but come on. Only us Indians come back for our parents. I don't know any other culture. Or maybe to some extent the Italians.
No, it's the other way
Yeah,
around.
they come back
She's
for
come
mama.
back and our son, who's always been here, he's gone to US now. So
Why do you want everyone back here?
I don't want this okay for us.
One child is enough.
Yeah. Quite right.
As Sanjay Gandhi once told me on a motorbike ride many years ago. Not funny, mean. Let's move on now. We've got to go into our next section, which is the AMA. And as we do, I'm told we have, because we have technology, we have a voice who's actually going to talk to us, who's real, authentic.
Pavan Shukla from Ahmedabad.
And because we spoke about Pawan Mukt Asana, I think it's only right
no.
that they call him by his full name, Pawan Mukt Asana Shukla.
Oh, his name is Pavan. I don't even think it means the same thing.
Pawan is air. It means the same thing.
He's got many
in different
A's
parts of
in
India,
his
the pronunciation changes. Am I right? Pawan is wind,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pavan is wind, yeah.
Even the
His name is
pronunciation.
Pavan. Maybe it's got
No,
something to
no,
do
No,
with
no, Pavan, unless you're Parsi.
Pavan.
Who will say Pavan, yao?
Okay, come on, let's listen to
Pavan.
him and we'll find out what he says.
It's Pavan.
Hi Cyrus, my name is Pavan Shukla and I'm from Ahmedabad. Firstly, thank you for answering all my previous questions and thank you Chavi for passing it on to him.
You're very welcome.
And Cyrus, I said Chavi. How hard is it to speak that? Chavi.
Say it.
I would
Moving along,
go on,
so
go on,
I
let
have
him
two
finish.
questions this time. So Cyrus, the first question is, during your MTV days, what was your most favorite movement? And the second question is, when are you getting Jose and Suresh on the show? Also, one more thing, does Kunal Vijaykar pay you for all those free mentions?
Okay, Pawan, please understand I'm 43. Pawan, please understand I'm 43 years old and I can't remember so many things. You can't ask 13 questions and expect us to remember all of them. So I'll go back and think. First, Chavi, the name. I quote the bard, what's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
Thank you.
There you go. So Shakespeare takes care of question 1. Now question 2, let's try and remember. Which
Something to do
was?
with your MTV moment.
Best MTV moment, I think Shanaz Treasurywala was changing and I opened the dressing room. And may I say treasury is the word that comes to mind. Lovely girl though. Very pretty, great fun. Like that, there were quite lovely moments that we have had. We used to keep the mics on, Let's tell the sound guys because we had to kill so much time waiting for people. And when the girls go to the loo and stuff, God, we've done dreadful things.
Good grief.
Oh, yes.
So
Chavi, let me tell the
juvenile.
truth now. Let me clean my soul. Oh, so many good
You're
moments.
not absolved.
There was once with Adnan Sami, we were in Lucknow doing a show, and there were 4 steps, and he was very heavy at that time. He was about 365 pounds, and he couldn't go up the second step. And then cut to all of us pushing him up. Bappi Lahiri couldn't get into George's restaurant once. And me and the boys are pushing him in because we've lit up and we put the cameras and now we can't move everything. It'll take us 1 hour. And suddenly he's stuck in the doorway. This is true. And I'm thinking, you have that thought when these strange things happen to you, that what are you doing with your life? I'm pushing India's huge musician and I'm trying not to be rude about it because, Bapita, just, are you feeling hurt? And because you're holding his skin and all that. Very sweet guy, but he just couldn't fit. And oh God, it was so embarrassing. Oh, so many stories. I'll write a book one day and get the spellings done by somebody else.
Even I've forgotten his third question. What was it?
What is the third question? There was something else about Suresh and Jose. Was it?
Yeah, when are they coming on the show? They're going to come very soon.
Suresh and Jose, their attitude problems. They want conveyance. Jose himself is upset because his mother named him J-O-S-E, and so he's been called Jose all his life. But the J is supposed to be H. But we're in India, where I can't even say Chavi or Pawan for that matter, which is now Pawan. Where the hell did that come from? Is it another name, Pawan? I know Shah Rukh did a film.
Pawan means
but
pure.
That's Ravan.
Pure. Pawan.
Pawan
is pure. Pawan is.
I rest
air.
my
We
case.
need you. We need you, sir. Praveen, sir, we need you on this show. Because I'm with illiterate people. And we're all saying the wrong things. And Shakespeare can't save us every time.
You got Chavi here, so what's the problem?
Oh,
Chavi
my
is
own
fantastic.
father.
But
This is
tell me,
terrible.
her name is Chavi, the brother's name is Prashant, which is as common and normal as you can't ever say that wrong. Again, it's male-dominated society. I'm telling you. Why couldn't you just be Neha? It would have been so simple. Every girl in Delhi is called Neha or Shweta. Wherever I go to Delhi, everybody's Neha or Shweta. Everywhere. It's true. Haven't you noticed that? Every city has 4 names. Here, Shonali, so everybody's called Shonali and Anjali. Shonali, Anjali, everyone in Mumbai. Shonali, Anjali, everybody. Mother, sister, aunt, Shonali, Anjali. And the odd dancer, male. But that's different. Let's get back to the last question. Kunal Vijayekar pay you for being mentioned on the show.
One second, can I actually answer this question?
Yeah,
Jose
please.
and Shankar are coming on the show.
Shankar, no.
Shekhar.
You're worse than me.
Oh my God.
Suresh. He's one of the biggest comedians in India. Suresh. Not Shekhar. Not Shankar. Not Pawan. Not Pawan. Not Chavi. Not Chavi. What is wrong with us? Praveen, you have to stay on the show. We are 2 dyslexic name people here and we cannot because we have names all the time coming on. It's just so embarrassing. What if you were a teacher? Arun present. Man, it's Anil.
You were calling him Avinash.
I called him Abhijit. You called him Avinash. Praveen, you called him Avinash. Just 3. It's like Amar Akbar Anthony. We got 3 names. Oh boy, what fun.
So yeah, now does Kunal pay you?
Yeah, this Kunal, no, I don't know why I mentioned him, but the thing is I have a very small life. I honestly don't have a very social life. I live like a caveman. I consider myself to be last of the bums. I wear old clothes, or towels. I don't change anything. And I go to the same 2-3 things. I do nothing else. So I feel bad that my minority community is dwindling and men are becoming metrosexuals and outwardly and learning new things like dance. What happened to the cavemen? The men who sit at home and do nothing.
What happened
and
to
make
the
body
cavemen?
sounds. What happened to us? Where are my people?
He's dancing, yeah.
He's dancing
He's
and spoiling the
evolved.
name. He's evolved. He's huge. I'm stuck with Kunal bloody Vijayekar. That's $100 more. All right. I think we've almost run out of time, but we've got 2 or 3 questions we can fit in from...
We've got one real question.
Yeah.
From Priya.
What do you mean by
who says-
real question? What the hell is this?
The other question is not a question.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
just wait.
I
Hold
thought you
on.
meant Pawan might give us terrible
No.
questions. About Shankar and what is the other boy's name?
Suresh.
Johnny. Shankar and Johnny coming on our show. Go ahead, Chavi. You think anyone will ever come on our show between me being halfly insulting all the time to them and you forgetting their names? What is the point?
I don't know. Please forgive me, Suresh. That was
But
really-
pushing-
I wasn't talking about
but-
you, actually.
But pushing Bapida in George Restaurant, South Mumbai, what a moment that was. And I had to push harder and harder because I was the one touching him. The rest were trying to help with the legs, I was touching the back.
Oh God, I'm imagining something else.
What are you imagining?
You're saying
It-
pushing harder and harder.
Oh, you dancers and your little minds. Come on. That's bench pressing when you push harder. Go ahead.
All right, question from Priya. Where did you learn all these Elvis and Beatles songs?
In Graceland and Liverpool. No, see, I'm from a Parsi Catholic background, so I grew up with Western classical music and music from the 50s and 60s. But the Beatles are my Elvis and the Beatles are my personal.
Elvis and the Beatles sounds
To
like a new
rebel,
band.
no, let me explain. To rebel against your parents, you listen to different music, right? So my father would listen to classical music and still does. Opera, basically, vocal classical, Western classical. So he'd listen to Rossini and he'd listen to Mozart is his favorite, obviously, and grew up with all the operas, not Figaro and Don Giovanni and Cose van Tutte and etc. etc. And my mother would listen to more 50s kind of music with Pat Boone and Andy Williams, Nat King Cole, Jim Reeves, that kind of thing. So to rebel against them, I found my own music, which was Buddy Holly, the Beatles, and Elvis. Not quite the normal thing.
No.
I had no friends growing up, but I can tell you I can always sing for the ladies. And I got to tell you, the Beatles will always win you the girls.
Really?
Yo, you can bring all your, what's his name? Bieber and Bieber and all these people, line them up, and I'll just sing If I Fell in Love with You, and boom, I got the lady. With the right harmonies. Rubbish. You call this music? After Baba Sehgal, there is no music.
Baba Sehgal killed the music.
No, he didn't on his own, but he did contribute. Tanda Tanda Pani, to me, one of the worst efforts ever.
It's horrible. He's on
Not
Twitter.
quite Abbey Road.
It's nuts.
So Praveen is a good singer.
No, I'm an Elvis fan.
You're an Elvis fan?
Original Elvis fan.
Oh, what do you sing?
I
Elvis is the
still, I
greatest man
can't sing
ever.
anymore. I used to.
Oh,
not
come
He
on.
used to play drums also.
I used to
Really?
play drums with a band.
So you're Ringo Starr and
and I
I
used to sing Elvis songs with the band.
Oh, what was your favorite Elvis song? Oh, that's a tough one.
so
Any
many,
Elvis song?
So many. Are you lonesome tonight? Wooden Heart. I used to sing Wooden
Can't
Heart.
you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. Come on.
I learned my Elvis from my dad. I was
Sei mir
rebelling.
gut, sei mir
There you
gut,
go.
sei mir fähig, der Lady in Schlauz. So that's why so the Elvis influence came from him.
Elvis,
You didn't
Cliff
rebel
Richard.
and go
No. My rebellion was Pearl Jam,
Pearl Jam. That was my breakfast.
Metallica.
Yeah, then music just went downhill for me. I like Queen and Dire Straits to some extent, and then after that, nothing. It's an abyss of rubbish. But that's my personal opinion, so please don't listen. Please go back to Justin Bieber. And what is that group my daughter listened to the other day?
One
Direction, not One Republic.
One Direction is like the Beatles if they were, Alzheimer's and everything else happened to them early at the age of 14. This is what would... Oh, God, they're terrible. Look at the Beatles, I mean, they're so cool. And then you look at these guys, and they look like those 4 boys in the dressing room. You'll smack and make them put the weights on the bar for you. You'll be like, come here, boy. Weights. Those boys must have been bullied all their life. I can't... And whatever. To each their own, right, Praveen?
Absolutely.
We always have Elvis.
Yes.
There's no one like the king. They can keep who they want. Anirudh, Latin musician, tell us something.
What?
What do you listen to when you're not... Like, do you listen to only ballroom dancing, salsa
Not
music
really.
and stuff?
When you guys was thinking, the only music which I came to my mind was Smack My Bitch Up, Prodigy.
Oh my God. You've lost the moment forever. I was bonding with Praveen over the king. And when music was music and lyrics were lyrics, and a man sang and a woman was completely serenaded and people were crying while listening and watching because of the effort and the soul involved. And you come and smack your bitch up.
Yeah, but
You're a generation that disgusts me.
So can I tell you, my brother was in a club once and he saw this girl he knew who was really into this Prodigy song and she was singing along and he was kind of horrified. Like, why is this girl singing Smack My Bitch Up? So he went up to her and he was like, you like this song? And she's like, yeah, I love it. Snap my picture.
Whatever works, as long as they sell the album, make money or whatever works. Yeah, but then I suppose the music changed in front of us, Praveen, and became into this sort of, it became more and more vulgar in a sense, which is more cool and hip for that decade. But after some time, I think there's just too much profanity and I just can't relate to it.
You should check out our Made in India podcast.
Really?
Yeah, there's really good music on it.
Is it? Dennis is playing the guitar, is it?
No. Check it out.
All right.
Everybody, check it out.
Okay, I think we have to wind up here because...
okay, so one last non-question.
Oh, there's one more?
Well, it's my friend Anshul. I'm going to take responsibility for this slightly. So he's editor Anshul on Twitter. And he said, so you'd said on Twitter, AMA, send me anything on Twitter.
I did, but I was heavily medicated at the point. I hope no one actually...
He did. He said, sir, how would I get admission to your AMA? Which he understood to mean Ahmedabad Management Association.
Ahmedabad, then
what is cut off? What are job prospects?
Actually, what will be cut off? That I can tell him. Right now, here and now, what will be. Yeah, terrible. We'll talk about that for a second because I was looking at the papers for the 12th standard results and all that. Is it true that 95% for arts and things like that? I mean, what's happened to the world?
100%.
100% some places.
Plus.
What does that mean? So what happens to you? So your child's a failure if he gets 96. A guy who got 96% all his life is a failure. We can't get him into the college.
Yeah.
So
he's not
is
good
it
enough.
someone... Where's Smriti Irani now? I mean, yoga. They want to put yoga in, that's fine. But we've got hardworking kids who've done very well all their lives and they feel like failures. Yeah. They can't get admission to proper colleges.
One of the colleges had a admission cutoff as 98.5% for normal candidates, and from non-economics background, you need to have more than 100%.
100.5.
I don't know how it works, though.
They didn't teach us this in maths, Really.
Talk about this curve.
You take 100% and your dad gives you 2 more and on the paper and you take it to the guy and say 100 plus 2. I think we all have to find a background. We all have to belong to some group, some lobby. Like Parsis are a tribe now. So we can be STs. We are ST. We are tribe. So we can claim tribal whatever the thing is. You guys, you're Punjabi, so you can't. I'm sorry. You're a
general candidate.
General candidate. You'll have to join the army then. This is no hope for you. It's a terrible story.
One rank, one pay.
One rank, one pay is never going to happen. Now we already got another controversy, so they've forgotten about it. How many years? 40 years? They've been screaming about that? Yeah. One rank, one pay. We'll leave the show with an Elvis song. Praveen, what are you singing for us?
Oh, come on. I'm not going to sing. No. Come on. You sing, I'll accompany.
No, come on. Sing something nice. Come on. Please. But you used to play drums and sing.
I can't sing anymore.
But we have you here. I'll sing every time, and we have nobody wants to hear us. They want to hear the guest when he comes on. And since your Chavi's dad said correctly, it'll be even more interesting. Chavi's dad said correctly. Chavi. Your name is Chavi Chase.
No, I'm not.
No, sorry. Praveen, in concert, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight?
So sweet.
Are you sorry we drifted apart? Do your memories stray to the brightest summer day When I kissed you and called you
kissed you,
sweetheart.
Do you gaze at your door?
Is that your daughter?
All right, let's quit while we're ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Elvis has left the building. Thank you so much. It's called Cyrus Says. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Anirudh. And dance your way to excellence. And thank you, all together, say the name correctly. Chavi. Praveen, I think you made a mistake.
Yeah. No, I did it purposely.
Yeah.
Because I have heard her being...
Because you got to go back home.
I have heard her being called her name in 20 different...
I can imagine. And imagine in America as well, with another whole dimension to it.
Absolutely so.
Oh, baby.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
All views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the views and opinions of the Indus Vox Media Network or any of our show advertisers or sponsors. No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast, obviously.
All right, time to look at the podcast, PAODCAST. It's, we have to push the pun from time to time because it's an audio medium. We can't write it for you. Hosted by the DailyPow.com's Purva Mehra, Pranoti Datta and Amit Gurbaksani. The podcast is your fortnightly lowdown on Mumbai's food and culture scenes. Plus, if you pay them money, they'll talk about your family and other animals.